Now then, we're reacting to those extraordinary comments made from Mo Salah in the immediate aftermath of Saturday's 3-3 draw at Leeds.
I'm sitting on the bench for 90 minutes. I think that's the third time I'm in the bench. I think it's my first time in my career, but I'm very disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed, to be fair. I have done so much for this club. Everybody can see that during the years, and especially last season. Sitting on the bench, I don't know why. Seems like the club is throwing me under the bus. That's how I feel it. I think it's very clear that someone wants me to get all the blame. The club promised me in the summer for a lot of promises and nothing. So far, I'm in the bench 3 games, so I can't say that they keep the promise. And I said that many times before. I had a good relationship with the manager, and out of the sudden, we don't have any relationship. I don't know why. It seems to me, how I see it, it's someone doesn't want to be in the club.
Well, it was strong stuff, wasn't it? It was headline-making stuff, that's for sure. Let's get the reaction now of the former Liverpool captain and manager, Graeme Souness. Morning, Graeme.
Morning, Graeme. How you doing?
Good morning, man. I'm good, thank you. Alistair, how are you?
Very well, thanks, Graeme. Very well. I've got to ask you, Graeme, the comments. I mean, you'll have read them, you've known them, but these are them effectively. I've done so much for this club. The club's thrown me under a bus. I've been great for the club. Someone wants to give me all the blame. Strange. Very, very strange, Graeme.
Well, the first thing that jumps out at me when I read his quotes, it's all in the past tense. It's what he's done for the club. It's not what he's going to do for the club going forward. That's more important. Now, I'm going to say he's a great player, and that's not a word I use a lot. You guys in the media throw out to rascals. Great. He's earned the title great. He is good.
Going to lose you, Graeme. We have lost you. Sorry, mate. We will try and get you back. At the moment, great is a word that's banded around a lot, isn't it, Coisty? Does he fall in that category? Great?
Yes, I think he does.
Yeah, I agree.
I definitely think he does. And by the way, if Graeme says that, you've got to take that, because I think Graeme was one himself, and Kenny and boys like that. That's the company I would call great. And it's interesting that Graeme said that, but I'll tell you right now, I think Graeme will be really surprised. I'm not going to put words in his mouth because he's more capable of doing that for himself, but he will be really surprised at those comments. There's no doubt about it.
But if something like this had happened in the days when Graeme was managing, were there different ways of dealing with it than perhaps there are now?
Oh, without doubt. Without doubt. I mean, that's one of the questions I'm dying to ask him. How would he handle it? See, the question we should be right was the question. There's 2 questions for Graeme, right? And I hope we get him back on. I'm praying we can get him back on, because I'd like to ask him, how would he handle, as a manager, how would he handle Mo Salah now, and how would he handle them 30 years ago, or 20 years ago, 25 years ago?
Well, let's ask him that now, because we've got Graeme back. So,
brilliant.
Graeme, how would you handle the Salah situation now, and would it differ from what you would have done in your managerial days?
Well, I think it's quite simple. I'd ask them, as we were asked, when I was a player at Liverpool, we went on a run. We were lost at home to Man City on Boxing Day and went 12th in the league. It was basically look in the mirror. What can you do? You know, it was a previous American president said, not what you can do. No, that may have been Churchill. What can you do for your country, not what the country can do for you? You know, look in the mirror first. That's the first place you should look. And I... You know, he's playing for a football club, Jeff, that is an institution. He's disrespecting, first of all, his teammates. He's disrespecting the supporters and that football club and all the great things that club has achieved in its history. He's not been at it this year. He has to accept that. For whatever reason, he's not been at it. I went to the Community Shield and I came away scratching my head thinking, I hope that's just him not quite ready for the season yet, because he didn't take part in the game. I think it's 5 goals in 18 games. You have to be a mathematician to work out his numbers are very, very poor. He's got to get back to where he was. Now, he has no one else to blame but himself. And I heard you chaps earlier. My recollection is Kenny did get left out, by the way, by Joe Fagan. There's not a chance to go down that road. Let me tell you how it was in our day and how it should be. It should be if you want to be super successful. When I was a player, I was captain at a football club. I'm getting changed. I'm looking at the substitutes. There was 2 in those days. There'd been a midweek international. Those 2 subs had both played for the countries in midweek. There was another 5 or 6 players not getting changed at all. They had all played for the country in midweek. And I knew if I had 2 back-to-back games where I'd been bang average, they'd be talking about me in the boot room. 3 bad games, it'd be a major concern. 4 bad games, I'd be one of those guys not getting changed for match day. And that's how it should be. The pressure's on at big football clubs to turn up every single game. And the really damning thing for me was when he said he doesn't have to turn up every day and fight for his place in training because of what he's done for the club. I'll throw this at you. As a manager, you've always got half a dozen players that are not quite with you because they feel they should be starting every week. So he turns up, the star man turns up, and they're not at it in training. It's an excuse for that 5 or 6 that are not quite with you to do the exact same thing. He should be setting the standards. There was a responsibility as a senior player, and I go on it, and Alistair will back this up. You must have good senior players at your football club. Yep. They have to take the responsibility of setting the standards for every single day in training. We had a guy called Phil Neal would go to war every single day in training. You could fall out with him quite easily every single day in training. He led from the front every single day in training. That's what he has to get back to.
Graeme, can I ask you a quick question, please? Can I ask you a question, Graeme? Now, and it's a very, very difficult, bordering on impossible one to answer. What does Arne Slot do now? Because from Arne Slot's point of view, the club is by far and away the most important thing. So his next step has to benefit the team and the club. Does he weigh up that situation now and say, it's in the club's best interest, I don't take him to Milan and leave him out? Or does he sit down and say, look, where are you? We maybe need an apology, we maybe need something, but you're too good a player to not be in this squad. What does he do?
Well, I don't think he needs to apologise. I think he's made himself look silly. Alistair, you've been a manager. The priority for Arne Slot right now is the next game of football and winning that. Now, if he feels by bringing him back there's been a bit of shock treatment, or he's going to get more out of Mo Salah this year, Mo Salah's not been at it. He has to accept that for whatever reason. And I'll throw this in there, and I hope I'm so wrong with this. Some people come to that age, 33, Van Dijk 34, where in some cases it's a slow decline. Mm-hmm. And with others it's like falling off a cliff. And I hope that's not the case. It might be one of those, but I hope it's not the case. Yeah. I come back to, he doesn't deserve to be in the team. And the fact that he can actually stay and be quoted as saying he doesn't have to turn up every day and train properly because of what he's done in the past for that football club, it beggars belief in my book. Mm-hmm. Every day you should train every day at max tempo. Okay, not for 90 minutes, but max tempo for half an hour. So when the game comes on the Saturday, the Sunday, the intensity is not a surprise for you. He's obviously coasting, and the manager saw that, and he's left him out. And the supporters should back the manager. Yeah. The manager is doing nothing different. The manager will be. I'm talking quickly, and I'm all excited now. You can see the passion I have for this. The manager's job is to get the best out of the group of players. Back him. He will be doing the exact same things this season as he was last season. Last season they won the league by doing whatever. The way they trained, the time they trained, the type of training they did, the travel they do, the hotels they stay in, what they eat before a game. He'll be wearing the same underpants, Arne Slot, as he was wearing last year when they're winning everything. You have these little daft little habits that you get into as a manager. He'll be doing nothing different. He'll be scratching his head. Why are we not winning games like we were last year? We talk about the new players coming in. Just park the new players for a minute. Don't involve them in the argument. Where are the players that won in the league last year? Where are they? Mm. Where are they? Yeah. I come back to us. I think I got cut off when I started to tell a story. We lost at home 1 year to Man City on Boxing Day. We went 12th in the league. And we had a meeting I could take to the exact spot on Melt where we had the meeting, where Joe Fagan got us together in a circle and said, that's it, I'm done with you. Every bit of knowledge I've told you, I've tried to help you. It's now up to you guys. And we went on and won the league. Don't blame the manager for everything. I heard a couple of muppets on talking about them sacking the manager, and they don't know what they're on about. It's just the responsibility of the players. They were good enough last year, so it's in them. You don't become a bad player overnight. It's in them. But for some reason, they're not playing for me. They're not playing with the same intensity. I look at the 3 goals you can see against Leeds, all avoidable. They're not. They're not defensive situations like their life depends on it, and that's cost them dearly at the weekend. But in terms of the manager should go, that's nonsense. It's the players. Players, please take the responsibility. Look in the mirror and say, "Could I do more?"
Graeme, thank you. Love the passion.
Graeme,
love
cheers.
the passion. Thank you, mate.
See you guys.
All the best.
Cheers, Alistair. Cheers.
Not wrong, Jeff. Not wrong at all.
Yeah, of course you've got to look at yourself in the mirror. He's dead right there. My only question would be whether Mo Salah's form, whether Virgil van Dijk's form, whether Kirkez's form, whether Wirtz's form, whether Isak's form is in part down to the management. Now, I don't know. I have no idea whatsoever. Just a question I would throw out there, that's all.